I actually feel better than the first couple of days, the first 3 or 4 days. Still in pain with certain movements. Today was my first day actually being able to walk without grimacing and really in any pain. It still hurts real bad for me to laugh, to cough, to sneeze, but the everyday stuff is getting better, walking, being able to get out of bed, and things like that. So, we're making great progress. And obviously, unfortunately, with this injury, there's nothing really anybody can do. Just got to kind of let your body heal.
What kind of therapy can you what kind of treatment can you actually do for something like this?
That's the thing. It's a weird injury, especially in this sport. You don't see it often. We see a lot of it in baseball. So really, just to pull a lot of it pull to really kind of keep it going. But it's light on your body, and even in the pool, it's still a little tender. But I'm able to do a lot more things that I wouldn't be able to do out here because, like I said, the pool takes a lot of pressure off of you. So really, just a lot of pool work and with those guys in there, the treatment around the area, and just trying to loosen up the glue and everything else around.
Is that part a little frustrating that you can't do more to get better? That you get
by far. That's probably the frustrating part is that you got to just sit there hopelessly and just knowing that there's nothing you can do or there's nothing that no one really can do for you. You just got to kind of sit there and go through it. And being out here watching these guys and not being on the floor makes it even more tough for me. So I've kind of been stressing a little bit, not on the court, plus the injury, and there's nothing I do. But that is very frustrating. But you just got to take it day by day, one day at a time.
Yeah, you mentioned those frustrations. You mentioned,
sorry, from the thumb last time. I mean, you came back faster than expected from that, but this one's a little different, right?
It's still early on. It's day 9. It's still early on in the injury, so there's really no timetable at this moment. The doctor said 4 to 6 weeks. That's what we're going with. And we're trying to do everything, to make sure that I'm comfortable enough to do everyday things before we even start anything else. But the progress is moving the right way, and that's all you can ask for.
You had mentioned those frustrations, Marcus, but what has maybe Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward said to you in terms of encouragement? They went through the same thing last year, not being able to play.
Oh man, they've been huge. Just really talking to me, and you're not alone. We've been through it. The team is here. We're here for you. And just really showering me with love and encouragement. And obviously they're devastated that I'm not out there and things like that. But really just keeping me in my right mind and sane. Being able to get on the court was the way that I was able to deal with a lot of things that cause frustration. But not being able to do that now is adding on that. So to hear those guys with that advice is something that
if you were Brad Stevens, how would you overcome the void of you not being there?
We got a lot of talented guys on this team, and this is just an opportunity for those guys to step up and prove themselves. And unfortunately, it's at my expense. But that's why you have 4 other guys out there, and you have a bench to come in when somebody goes down. They got to step up, and even though I'm not out there, it's a great opportunity for guys, and I'm excited to see these guys go out there until I get back out there.
Are you taking on a coach kind of role? Like, how are you able to still help this team? Because I know, Gordon was saying you're the heart and soul of this team. So how are you still impacting?
With the things I see, I'm just trying to coach those guys up, especially on the defensive end out there. It's different being a player on the court and being off the court. You see a lot of things more different than you probably see on the court. So, just really keeping those guys in contact on the defensive end, calling out calls, and just trying to make sure that they understand the positions that they need to be in, where they need to be in, and where those guys are going to be in, and try to come out.
I'm sure Brad appreciates that.
I hope he does. I think he does. He does. Brad's a great coach, and he gives us as players the opportunity to be there and help him with things as if he can help us with things, and that's the mutual understanding that you need to have between coaches and players.
Marcus, what's the next thing that what are you able to do right now, and what's the next mile mark as far as a sign that you're making up in the progress that you guys are actually hoping for?
Maybe to walk more fluent, breathe more fluent. And just, you know, the everyday things like around the house, getting up, things like that. I couldn't do that the first 4 or 5 days. You know, I needed help. It was that bad. But the next probably mark for us to see where I'm at is about another 2 weeks, the 4-week mark. And hopefully, you know, it's progressed more than now. And hopefully I can start running and jogging by then. And hopefully shooting basketball. So that's our next mark, and that's what we're trying to get to. And right now we're going the right direction. Pretty good.
You mentioned at this point you kind of have to be like, almost like a coach of sorts out there. The first game without you, they give up 74 points. Imagine that went over well with you.
It was frustrating watching it, but I understand it. You know, it's the first game of the playoffs. Everybody's adrenaline is going, the jitters is up. Everybody's trying to do everything they can right then and there to make the right plays, to make winning plays, to win the game. And you know, they just wanted it so bad that it kind of worked against us. But they picked it up in the second half, and that's all you can ask for. You know, we're not perfect. We're not going to play perfect. They're going to go on runs. Every team is. It's how you respond after those runs are made, and I think we did a pretty good job again.
What did you think happened when it first occurred? Because you waved off Art, went back in the game.
So I've been hit in multiple times in the same area, and literally it's just a deep bruise. I go back out there. The wind first initially got knocked out of me. It was weird because when I hit, I think it was whatever I forgot his name. Sorry, no disrespect, but I just forgot. I took an extra step and I thought I was fine, and all of a sudden it just felt like somebody stabbed me with a knife, and I went down. And when I came back in, I thought I was fine because, like I said, I've been hit before. And when I tried to get into a defensive stance, I felt something pull, and that's when I kind of knew, and I started waving for the coach to come get me. And the more steps I took, I could just feel something, once again, something stabbing me until I couldn't even move anymore. And that's just when I dropped to the ground. So it was real painful, and I don't wish it upon nobody.
Still 4 weeks, do you think, before you can come sit on the bench in a game, or is that
I'll be at the game tomorrow, on the bench tomorrow. So that'd be good to be able to get on the bench and be out there with those guys. And like I said, I had to watch it, not from the bench, in the back from home and things like that. So it was really frustrating to not be out there with those guys at that time. But I'll be there tomorrow.
They had to sort of grind it out the other day. Is that, you like that kind of effort? Is that
I love it.
I
love it. You know, anybody who's been in the playoffs and know anything about the playoffs knows it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have games where you're going to have to grind it out. And I think we've been seeing that throughout these playoffs around, you know, the league period. You know, you're seeing 8 seeds be number 1 seeds, and it's a grind out game. And, you know, so we just can't take anybody advantage. We got to come out there and slug it out every game.